Do you guys think the Mormons actually believe that, like, soaking is halal?
I think it benefits them to believe that.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, they want to believe it. It's
Yeah,
not
they
a
want
matter
to
of if they
believe it.
do or don't. It's a want.
Yeah. It's like you kind of have to believe it because otherwise you're sinning.
Yeah, or you're celibate.
I feel like soaking can't be that pleasant. Because is the idea that, like, someone else is under the bed, like, bonking it?
I mean, that's jump humping. That's an evolution of soaking.
What's
the
the
next
OG?
layer.
What's the OG? Just lying there,
Oh, and, like, not
Awkwardly
with no...
lying there.
not
Yeah,
moving.
no.
Do you think docking would be fine with the Mormons as well?
Can you define docking? Like, when a boat comes in
I'd rather
port,
not.
right?
I'd certainly rather not define it.
In this context, Josh.
Rather no.
What is docking?
How? Wait. You can't be like, oh, make me define that term. How dare you? You're the one who brought it up.
Right, well, I
Oh,
thought
this
we
is-
were among friends.
That's disgusting.
Josh is
Oh,
an unbelievable gaslighter when it comes to horny-ass discussion. He will prompt it, and then someone responds to it,
Literally,
and he
Mimi.
acts like the response-
Literally, Mimi brought this up.
Shot fired.
You
What?
two were the ones talking about soaking.
Yeah, but
just
that
made it-
conversation had ended, and then you brought this up.
Yeah, it was a
Ended.
one-off joke that you just can't help but keep leaning. Right
No, that's
back
fine.
into.
That's fine. Let's never talk about it again.
No, but do you think they'd be into it, or
I never want to talk about it again.
about soaking or docking?
He's like a little
Both.
child that's been
Both.
scolded and just throwing all this. I'm taking my ball too. How do
We
you feel
still
about
won.
saying minus 200 on cast when it was a brim molly and it's actually 250?
I think you need to shut the fuck up, you little nerd. What are you, my accountant?
Dude, I love my accountant. He's so good. Just good at his job, and he doesn't cost that much money. Like, I almost feel like I should pay him more. He's just good at his
Do
job.
it then. Do it. He'll accept a tip.
It feels
Me?
offensive to tip an accountant.
What is...
It feels like if you tip an accountant, they've probably done something illegal for you.
Right, it feels kind of like a bribe, yeah. What about
Be alright,
tipping
it's not so bad. I've
landlords?
seen this one.
Mimi, would you appreciate it if people tipped you?
It tipped me.
Yeah, as a landlord. You're the only one that owns property among the people in the call right
Landlord.
now.
I'm not a landlord.
Sorry,
You're a landlord,
yes, you are a
Mimi?
landlord. You literally have somebody renting in your basement.
I don't. My mother lives in my basement, and she doesn't pay rent.
So you have a squatter. It's still a landlord.
I'm a squat. She's my mother. She's my family, and I'm helping her out.
Right. Like does she have to pay interest down the road, or like what's the agreement there then?
She lives there until she can afford her own place, you know?
Right. Until you can afford another home that you can rent to
Or
her?
mind not imagine helping out a family member in a tough time?
Of course I can. I'm just saying my poor millennial mind can't even imagine owning a house. Like, you're actually living the fucking crazy life
A lot
over there.
cheaper in Philadelphia. It's a lot cheaper to own a home in Philadelphia.
Maybe you found a house with ease, but where I'm from, Philadelphia's a spreadable cheese. I don't have a fucking clue what you're on about.
That's bars. It's not fucking bars, Wilkinson.
I think it's awful how mean everyone is to Sideshow. Must be awful having to deal with being called bald.
Thank you.
Old, a Tory, a fraud, stupid, cue-ball.
You can stop now.
evil, Dr. Eggman.
You can stop.
Chrome Dome.
Stop.
Landlord. Ancient.
Yo, Josh, you want to NCMO at the studio tomorrow?
NCMO?
It's like male bonding.
Too vulnerable for male bonding is
I
joking.
know. It's fucking crazy. I'm just trying to get to know this guy. He's my coworker. Build the bonds, build the synergy.
I just know it's gonna be some weird horny shit, but I don't know what kind of weird horny shit it is.
What do you mean?
Male friendship, male companionship. You don't believe in that anymore?
No, it doesn't have to be horny.
Go on then, tell me what it means. Tell me what it stands for.
Epidemic.
Tell me what it stands for.
I have no idea. Probably something extremely wholesome.
I think there might be
what
some
was the
holes
acronym?
involved.
I think it was NCMO, right? NCMO.
CMO. Yeah, it was.
NCMO. Probably.
It was NCMO.
I mean, is this an opposite of a GMO? It's like non-commercially modified organism.
No. It's male bonding, right?
So the M stands for male, the O
It's
stands
a
for
non-committal male outing.
a non-committal makeout.
No.
Male outing.
Male
How have you
outing.
got?
I said male outing. You horny freak.
Yeah, you horny.
Yeah, you are the master gaslighter. What? Sorry, what is committal about a normal makeout? I
Who the
don't
fuck are you? What are you just going around
You're not
Is
committed
this?
to anything further. You're not
Like-
committed to any sexual activity.
like obviously
They would-
oh, I see. It's not to
Going
do
around
with.
fucking kissing anyone you see?
Well, I mean, if you're on a night out or something, honestly, yeah. Like when I was single, for sure.
No,
I
I
wouldn't.
didn't realize you had that kind of game.
I
I think
wouldn't
no
feel-
one realized you had that kind of game.
I wouldn't feel obligated to go home with somebody that I made out with in a club.
Right. So you're into NCMO.
I guess, yeah. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
you're not obligated.
I usually don't commit
Well,
to
there's like a
anything.
social.
Just stand there.
I suppose not obligation, but like a social pressure. There was a night when I was in a club when I was like 20 or something that
They had clubs back then?
I mean a literal club. We used to go out and club seals.
The conservative men's club?
They hadn't invented the spear back then, so we only had clubs to work with.
Are you gonna tell the story?
No, I'm not going to tell the story. TMV's ruined
not?
it now. He's ruined it now. No, because the problem is TMV's little quip was actually funnier than the story, so now it's just going to be a disaster. So when I was like 20 or something, there was a friend. There was a friend that I met up with, and we went out to a club together, and I engaged in a bit of NCMO, and then realized that I didn't want to go back to her place, and so engaged the bouncer in a long conversation about his work contract until she got bored and went home. This was after I got kicked out, but I went back to the uni place to hang out with some of my old uni friends. So
At
I,
university.
don't know, good
See,
question.
that makes sense. So you were the
20,
bad boy at
21
that
or
point.
something? Yeah, I was 22 actually. So yeah, this wasn't when I was 19. This was when I was 22.
I was just thinking about what a different life I have to 22-year-old Josh Wilkinson.
Yeah, you're a fucking landlord.
I'm not a
I was couch surfing at the age of 22, had been kicked out of university, and was only able to afford a tin of beans and some corn nuggets to eat every day. And I was engaging bouncers in conversations to avoid having to tell women that I picked up at a club that I didn't actually have a bed to take them back to.
Wait, no, but so does that mean that you all went to bed as well?
What do you mean?
To not be with this person? Like, did you have a place? You said you don't have a bed.
I had a couch that I was
So
sleeping
what?
on.
You didn't want to be with this woman so much that you ignored the free bed for the night.
Take the girl back to like the couch.
I just
she
thought
was
it'd be
surfing.
awkward. I just thought it'd be awkward.
Why couldn't you go back to what? You thought she lived under a bridge?
No, I knew where she lived and I knew her friends because it was all part of my like former friend group, and I just thought it's gonna be awkward. Like I'd rather just chill on my couch.
Yeah. Did you sleep with the bouncer?
I did not sleep with the bouncer. No.
It sounds like
No.
you're a lot more into him, to be honest.
Did you think? I bet he's got a better bed.
I really dislike unusual social situations, and that one was unusual, so I just bowed
Wait,
out.
well, who engaged this kiss first?
She did, but I still didn't want to impose on her and be like, "Can I sleep in your
You
bed?"
don't have to kiss someone.
What do you mean?
Like you say you want to avoid unusual social interactions, but then surely this is step one of engaging in an unusual social interaction.
Men only want one thing, and
Yeah.
it's to cuck their date and talk to the bouncer.
Sorry, are you saying that making out with somebody is an unusual social interaction? Maybe
it was
for
going
you.
to lead to one, and you're saying you want to avoid them.
Oh yeah, but that's why I was going for the NCMO. I was going for the NC part.
Go to the club looking for no commitment to go home.
Did I have a mustache back then? No, I didn't. Nobody in the history of humanity has ever picked up a woman at a club looking like me. Bald with a mustache looking ass. Like,
It's
pe-
okay,
people who...
Sideshow.
That's
You
true.
can say you are afraid of women.
Wait, what did you look like when you met your wife?
When I met my wife, I had like short curly hair on top of my head and no facial hair. I looked like a little esports runt, basically.
What would you describe yourself as now?
I'm about fucking 40 pounds heavier than I was back then. I'm like a lot chunkier than I was in 2018.
As far as I'm concerned, that 40 pounds has gone to all the right places. That's all I'm just saying.
Wyatt's
My
into
bad.
the beer belly and the third chin. That gets him going.
Why it's
Dude.
not so sure about the non-committal part anymore.
The committal male orgasm. It's- I walked into the Riot campus today, by the way, and the security guard said to me, "Yo, love the mustache. I really love British people, the way that you walk around with like the hats and the canes and shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
No, he doesn't.
Genuinely, the riot security guard hit me with the, you're the kind of guy who ties women to train tracks, aren't you? Twirls mustache.
There's no way.
In the Uber back to the hotel,
Genuinely.
you were fucking joking about having a monocle drawer, bro.
Yeah.
That was a good bit.
Yeah,
That was a good
It was a
bit.
+2.
He was
Yeah.
loving it.
No,
I'm
that
not
was
gonna
a
lie.
+2. You were crushing with the Uber driver.
That's my target audience, like somebody who's only had silent passengers and it's fucking midnight. I went to the Americas game when you were casting G2 versus Lev. I wanted to take a picture with you, but I got shy because I didn't want to disrupt you and Bren. That's very, very sweet of you, but it's all right. We're not doing important work.
He wouldn't have accepted anyway.
Yeah, he only talks to the fans
He
that
would've
ask
turned
him
you
about
away.
ejaculating or whatever. Whatever that story he made up earlier was.
I have a Venmo QR code tattooed on the back of my bald head, and if you scan that and I see $5 pop up in my Venmo, then you can take a photo with me.
Dead,
Oh.
dumb, washed, bad at games, decrepit,
Ba-
fossilized, crusty,
Oh.
overcooked, half-witted, brain-dead, dim-witted, clueless, half-baked, antique, obsolete, feeble-minded, misguided, crumbling, befuddled, derelict, dinosaur, etc. Must really suck to hear that all the time while you're working, TBH.
Yeah, it does suck to hear that, honestly. Thank you for the kind message.